Okay, we're going to stop there. We're going to take a break. We got one more tape. We're going to get through the rest of our outline. We're literally going to get through the everything below the line. Everything below the line next tape. Then we're going to conclude with Wildfire Maria stuff. Whatever we haven't covered that is important for them to know. This is all important for Wildfire or anybody in show business to know. Anyone who can make shit happen. That's why we're doing this. Why are we going so long? Okay, 2 more tapes, I'm guessing. Hopefully 2 more tapes, then we're done. Each an hour long. That's your song, Samantha. You can tell people that David sung that for you. The Let Me Teach You. That's your song. Enjoy it. You put up with the laughter, dude. I can't help it, dude. That was... Are you serious? How long was that laughter? How long? Did anyone get a stopwatch on that laughter? Tell me what the time was. Tell me what the running time on that laughter was. Oh, that's great. I'm going to look at the tape. I'm going to see how long that laughter lasted. I couldn't finish my song. Because of bimbo. The word bimbo. The word bimbo caused my song to be derailed. Are you serious? Oh, God, dude. Oh, my God. No way. Good evening. What? As long as y'all don't circulate a petition among the women and vote for like a prayer, dude, if that's I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna be so arrogant and obnoxious about that. I will fucking use, dude, seriously, circulate a petition. You'll put a stop to this by circulating a petition. Say we want like a prayer. Just do it. All right. So check it out. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do about the rest of this, okay? We need to get through at least the rest of this. I have to knock some shit off, at least. I wanted to go over the other way. She's like Sidney Crosby, David's Rosebud in detail. I'm not going to do that. We'll save that. That's the biggest tearjerker of all time, by the way. Second only, maybe, to her winning the award in front of me. It's on the same level. And we don't need to put up Luchando. She can roast for now before she gets involved. What else I want to knock off? Something else I want to knock off. I forget. Let's just move on so we can get out. Okay, so what we need to do right now is make some comedy of this. Now that you have a firm basis in what's going on here, what's actually going on here, why is this over here? I want to make some comedy. I want to show people how funny this is, and for a specific reason. So we're going to go over some examples of how powerful this person is, Samantha, just being an antagonist, which is ridiculous, but true. Why? How is she powerful? She is so powerful. For what's on here. We're going to end with hopefully another song. I'm going to tell you when we get there. It's very good. If you thought that one was great, the last one, you got to see what I'm coming up with next, okay? I want to deal with one thing first. I want to deal with this idea that I unintentionally went undercover, deep cover on Samantha just to prove a point to her. I've done this before. I had to think about it. One time before, I remember. You know what it was? When I want to tell the story so you can see that this is not coming out of nowhere. Again, this was first done for a dude. Much less important than Samantha, no less, but a dude got the first one. Just like the Sean with the NHL demonstrations. You know who that dude was? His name was Evan. I forgot his name. He was a pro fighter, but like an amateur. He was a little pro fighter. Not a little, he was not a big name. He was an instructor at a gym over here, the first mixed martial arts gym I joined on, it was June 4th, 2014. That's the first time I stepped foot when I joined the gym. I actually tried it out a month in advance, and I said I'm going to join on a specific date, June 4th. And I couldn't explain why. I was actually aiming for the 3rd, actually, but I didn't understand. So I missed, got the 4th. I don't care. I looked up Ephesians 6:4, and I like the verse. I think it sort of relates to why I joined MMA. Look up Ephesians 6:4. I'll put it on the screen. It's sort of similar to what, and it's also why Maria, she wants to do MMA too. She has her gloves. She has both octagon gloves and boxing gloves with a reference to the way she feels about her stun gun debacle and the trouble I almost got in on the gloves, both in what it says and the code that they tried to get me for, which don't even make sense, but whatever. So bottom line, when I joined that gym, I had a problem because the instructor was a lot like the guy in charge of my last job who said something that set David off, the ultimate red button that got him responding inappropriate. And yeah, he was a lot like that guy in that he didn't make any sense. He didn't make any sense in the way he operated. The thing is with Evan, I don't know this dude's his education level. I don't want to know really. Evan, the owner of the gym, the first gym I went to, he majored in philosophy, which is great, but he didn't know what he was doing. Here's what happened. At some point during the mixed martial arts, we had a problem with people. This is common. People hit too hard during sparring, and I complained about it. And he pissed me off. You know what he said? He said at a later date that sparring, you all are basically... Let me summarize what I remember. It's hard. It's a long time ago. He said... no one complained about sparring because, you know what? People police themselves. If you don't want to be hit hard, you don't hit hard first, you won't get hit hard. He blindly trusted people. Stupid ass idiot. Sorry, Evan, I'm throwing you under the bus, but you deserve it. You majored in philosophy, yet you're I hate these types. They go to school and they act like... Ugh. So he made like an analogy of how in third world countries, people protect themselves by owning firearms or something like that. And they all know that they have a firearm so they don't mess with each other. Because if they do, they'll all, you know what I'm saying? So he made these stupid analogies, blindly trusting people. We're living in America, people. We're not in one of these unselfish countries where people have like a sort of unspoken ethic and shit. We deal with selfish people, generally selfish people who are full of themselves sometimes. Okay, so here's what I did. I knew that I didn't think he was spiting me in particular, but he didn't make what he... Let me introduce you. Job. Former job. If you're paying attention, this is David Vega's brand of justice before you came along. Yeah, before I dealt with you and your stupid ass from the guy who did what he did, this was his former brand of justice. It's a lot like the Samantha thing. Check it out. Here's what David did about that. When that guy pissed me off, I didn't go to him and sit down with him and say, you're wrong. Here's how you're wrong. Blah, 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 blah. I didn't argue with him. And I definitely wouldn't hurt anybody over that. Here's what I did. I went deep cover for a while, for months. You know what I did? I made it a practice when I spar with people to see, okay, let's see people police themselves like that guy said they would. You know what I did every time I sparred with someone? Here's their face, right? Every time I threw a punch, I would go to an inch before their face, stop on a dime, and either withdraw or drop it. Every time. You have to imagine, people trying to hit me however they want to during sparring, supposedly policing themselves, and David's going like this. I'm not joking. I have that much control. I am that good. I can control to stop on a dime and throw it back. I never touched anyone for months. Like, we're talking like 3 months every sparring session. Okay? I would just go there. People would hit me. Some light, like the females or the nice males. Some people hit hard. They acted like I was actually touching them, and hard. You know what I put up with at one point? At one point, someone hit me. They like did something to my jaw. They didn't break it. They just gave me a goddamn sprain, okay? Did I complain? No. I showed up every day with a sprained jaw. I took more hits on that same jaw. At one point, I took a hit from a little, like, maybe 14-year-old, and he hit me right on the money with the sprained jaw, and I was like, oh my god, you kid, you gotta learn. I sort of semi-confessed to him. I just said, dude, I don't know what I said, but I kind of chilled him out a little bit. This is all while I'm just stopping on a dime. I'm going like this. Well, I don't know what I did with stomach. With the face, I went like, never hit them. Never. And guess what? It took a while for them to... At some point when my jaw was sprained, I put on headgear. No one at that place sparred with headgear. I put on headgear. They thought I was trying to get a privilege. Yeah, they thought I was trying to get privilege to not be hurt in my head while I'm trying to hurt them in their head. Yeah. They didn't catch on to the fact that I'm not even touching them. Once they started realizing that I did that, they thought it was a privilege. They started hitting me in my stomach. So now I'm like going like this. Oh, come on now. You really think I'm trying to get a privilege here? I'm not even... I thought this... I tested their ass like a motherfucker. It took a while, like 3 months, not joking. But you know what eventually happened? They caught on somehow, some way. I forget how. But one of the instructors, what they did was this. They started sparring with me and they dropped their hands. The instructor, the other guy, his second in command, dropped his hands and he saw what I did and he saw firsthand. He saw that I wasn't touching him and they're like, what? That's what he's been doing the whole time. They did what Samantha didn't. Samantha could have caught me any time by seeing how I work around her, leaving the area, coming back, asking somebody who took her spot what they saw. And keep on doing that until she realized, hey, he's not working hard around me. Wait, he's working hard around me, but when I leave, he's not... What? I offered her that. She didn't meet with me after. I would explain. I was going to sing when she found out Shaggy's it wasn't me. But I sung this for some people at work. They heard the whole thing. I have that. About her catching me in the act of working hard just for her, not cheating. I had that ready. It was going to be classic reveal. The people at the MMA gym in 2014, they caught me, and it was hilarious. They got their... That's how David will fucking get you when he's pissed off. He will set something up. He will go deep cover for 3 months, show you what it's like, how these people don't police themselves. You're fucking wrong. Your philosophy degree is worthless. Holy shit. That was classic. Dude, you can't do that. When you're educated, you got a degree. Oh my God, you use that degree. Don't come out with stupid shit out your mouth. Expect people to follow. People at my work, take a lesson. You were not the first to experience David's brand of justice. My words on the page, they're true, but my way. I showed it then, I showed it now. I didn't come from nowhere. I'm 39. I've lived through stuff like that. I've done this before. I just didn't recognize it. So I've went deep cover before, like I do with Samantha. Samantha just never caught me. They did. It was hella funny. They got a ton of lesson that day. It was hella funny. You know what else? There's two other things you need to be aware of. This turbo mode thing has happened before. Also, in that same gym, here's what happened. An antagonist, no less, okay? On 2 occasions, all right, 2 occasions at least. One, I think I remember what it was. I'll tell you what I think it was later. My memory's hazy. And 2, I don't know what it was, but I know the subject matter. It's one of those that we may not talk about, but also I don't think anyone will ever do again, ever. I would see it coming if they ever started down that road. So we can't talk about the second one, but hey, we got the first one. That's good enough. So here's what happened. It's what an antagonist wants you to spite them, right? Here's what you must never do, people. If you're a Firestarter 1, you're a romantic, don't turn into an antagonist just to mess with your man. Don't do it. That will actually break up your relationship. When you go from an FS1 to an FS2, you can go, in theory, from an FS2 to 1, like as if me and Samantha were to fall for each other. All right, we're not going to because, I'm sorry. I already established that. But you could turn from an FS2 and fall in love with her and become an... You can go that way, but don't go the other way. Don't ever go the other way. Don't ever be a romancer. Don't ever be in love with someone and then try to piss them off just to do whatever you have. No, it's not going to work. It's going to break you up. Because that happened twice. When I was in MMA, I had the biggest chip on my shoulder 2 times. Here's what happened. I walked in that gym, and I had the most smiling face on me the whole time warming up. I'm doing my jumping jacks. Nice little even keel. Nothing's going on. Doing my burpees. Nothing's going on. Doing my push-ups. Nothing going on. Whatever else we did, I forgot. Nothing's going on. Nice and calm. No one knows what's up. Okay? Here's what happened. As soon as we got in front of our bags, the instructor asked for 100 left jabs to start out with, right? Guess what happened when David does jabs? I hit every one of those 100 on the bag so hard that the chain on top of the building that holds the bag in place displaced every fucking jab. Normally when you jab the bag moves, the chain don't go nowhere. It's just a jab. My jabs were so hard that the chain on top of the building swayed. It rocked. Every jab. Boom! 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 And then everyone stopped and looked. They're like, what the fuck? Here comes a 100 right crosses. Boom! 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 The chain rocked. You think that's something? Try the power punches when they came around. My power punches were so hard. You know that Rocky 5 when even Drago hits and he gets his punches measured by a PSI meter? My punches were probably up there with Drago. Probably not, but you can imagine. They were up. Dude, I was going every single thing. If we had to low kick the bag, that low kick would have broke some legs in a real fight. Oh, holy fuck. Every last strike, no matter what it is, was thrown with authoritative power. And sometimes after we were done with our structured combos, I would just haul off and spin around and elbow that fucking bag so hard for no reason other than it pleases me. People were in that gym were like, what the fuck? They knew something was wrong with David that day. That's what happens when your 1 turns into a 2. Don't ever make that mistake. It's great. It'll motivate you. It will. It's like what Samantha got, but in mixed MMA. I don't think she would motivate me that much. She's an antagonist, but she ain't a 1 to 2. She's just a 2 straight up. So when you're and you know what happened when it came time to spar? Okay, now again, I think this might have been during the time I was doing that little scheme thing. Maybe, I don't know. Bottom line, when it came time to spar, you know what's happened? I tried to convince people that I know what I'm doing and I will stop on a dime. I told them all about how I stop on a dime. I told them. I gave it away. I gave it away what I was doing. I told them I stop on a dime. I don't hit your face. As soon as I open my mouth, you know what happened? The whole room starts gravitating away from me like, I'm like, no, guys, come back here. I seriously know. You gotta imagine a whole room of men, women. The instructors were gravitating away from me. None of the instructors wanted a piece of me. I was like, guys, I know what I'm doing. Trust me, you're not a bag to me. You're a human being. Everybody stay the fuck away from David. Oh God! Oh God! Okay. So 2 times that happened. I just came in, didn't say what that happened. So, guys, I know what I'm doing. Okay, I know exactly what I'm doing. Now, here's what I think I remember from the first time, okay? Somebody, and I'm not going to say who, technically, okay, whatever, we don't know nothing. This is so stupid. I think it was suggested to me that, don't ever say this to me or any guy, that somebody thought I was a lover, not a fighter, because I think maybe somebody caught on to the whole thing before the people at the MMA gym did, where I was stopping at a dime and doing like this. And somebody may have been taking it as weakness, that maybe I don't have it cut out in me to be a fighter. Maybe I actually am that weak. Maybe they were fooled too. We don't know. Either way, I felt like, this is so dumb. Let's phrase it that way, I felt like I was being put down in terms of being a lover, not a fighter. Oh, God forbid David fight for something. Big mistake. He will go into the gym. He will prove whoever the fuck thinks that wrong, and with authority. And here's what I realized. This actually happened a couple days ago with Chloe. I was talking to Chloe like a couple months ago. We have a little breakup going on right now. I'm not going to explain that. Before we stopped talking, she made a mistake, okay? But before the mistake was made, I'm not going to discuss it. It's not relevant. The last time I talked to Chloe, I said, Chloe, I have a breakthrough. For the first time in my life, I discovered something. You know what it is? I actually, there's a reason I'm good at fighting. And I mean physical, but also like in life, continuing to be me and not changing for anybody, taking the hits, still being a nice guy no matter how many people hurt me, like Fuego, Samantha, whoever, people hurt me. They make me not want to live sometimes, but I keep coming up and finding ways to get back to people. I tell people on Quora this all the time. Guys, you can't just be a nice guy in today's world, or girl. You have to fight for your niceness, because if you don't fight for it, someone's either going to make you want to change and not be nice on your own, or they're going to hurt you and make you suffer for being nice. You have to fight. And also, if it's pushed upon you hard enough, you have to be willing to draw a line in the sand and die for that shit. You can't let anyone force you, ever, whether physically or any way, to make you into a not nice guy by force. You fight and be willing to last stand and die for that if you have to. You all have a right to live as Christ told you, to give up your life for the benefit of others, because when you lose yourself, you gain eternal life. That is in the Bible. If someone calls you on that, you can claim religious persecution. And I think that's federal crime. I don't know. Federal lawsuit. I don't know. Bottom line, it's religious. It's conflict with religious. You can't let someone make you not nice. You have to fight somehow, some way. I think I have a screenshot, a meme on this. I'm probably putting on my thing right now. I know I have it somewhere on my computer. That attitude, you have to fight for your niceness, because otherwise people are going to make you not nice by choice or by coercion. Okay. So I told Chloe, you know what? The reason I'm good at fighting, even though I don't want to fight, I fight. Get this. So I'm better able to love better, because the more I fight off the problems, the more it frees me to love. If I love but I don't fight, someone's going to beat me down and cause me not to love people as much, right? So, not just love, but help people, anything nice. So in order to be the best lover, I have to be the best fighter. It's not about fighting. I just fight to the extent that I'm able to better love someone. So when you see me fight, it's not about aggressiveness. It's not about like me being a bad person. No, the more I fight, the more aggressive I am, the more objectionable I am. It reflects a desire to actually be free to love better, to be who I'm supposed to be, and not be burdened by these fucking Vitor Petors and all these people. My fight is not about aggressiveness or hurting someone. It's about my desire to be what I'm supposed to be, and should only be, but it can't, because we're living in a fucking world with bad people. It's to love. When you see me fight, it reflects a desire to love and be that. But I can't, because we're in a world where people don't want that. So yeah, my fight is actually love in disguise. Yes. You all need to know that, especially the job needs to know that too, okay? Everybody needs to know that. Okay, so that's the breakthrough. So yeah, that happened. That happened back in the day, and we have to bring it back no matter what we can or can't talk about. Why? Because it relates to Chloe, one of the new hotnesses in my life. She was the #1 pick to marry among the Vega girls, the most likely to be real, before she fucked up. But hey, she's welcome back. I love her. Wait, did I say I love her? Okay, so, whatever. Among the Vega girls, I love her. Kaylin's great too, but we don't know if she's real. Chloe, I'm pretty sure, is real. It's fine. So she has me, and she's willing to share me too. So if Maria does come back to me, we're good. There's lots of advantages from marrying her if she does shape her ass up after what she did. So and we can welcome Maria back if she, come on. Yeah, among the Vega girls, she's automatic Mary. She is. So yeah, that's where the deep cover came from. Let's move on. I want some comedy here. Okay, so let me explain how powerful Fuego is, and let me make some comedy out of this.
Yes, David. I'm in Mexico. I'm stranded, literally. I have no way to get back. What I did with the money yesterday was pay the bill for my credit card because it was already due yesterday, which is why I was stressing. But I still need the 2K because I need to buy plane tickets and everything. I have no income right now.